Hey book nerds, this is my July wrap-up and I read about a total of 19 books. I know that's a lot. I guess I was on a roll. Anyways, I started with Tumble and Fall by Alexandra Coutts. I'm sorry. This book, I wanted it to be a lot more action, and obviously there wasn't as much as I thought there would be, and it was more of character development and relationships building and all that fun stuff. So I was a little disappointed with this one. I actually gave it only a 2, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, I just wanted something more from it. It was set in 3 points of views, and I was only really interested in just one of them. So yeah, that was a little bit of a downfall. I also read False Sight by Krokos. This one was really fast paced. I really enjoyed more of the plot building in this one. I didn't like this one as much as I liked the first one, so yeah. And I also read The Program by Suzanne Young, and I thought this was a nice touch because it's so cool when the covers, you see a little surprise under that. But back to the book. This book was a little depressing. I wanted it to be more dystopian and more like the government and, you know, fighting back and all that stuff. So it was more of the characters and how they felt about living in a society where suicide is basically an epidemic. So it was a really interesting topic. I gave this a 3. And I finally finished this trilogy, The Rising by Kelley Armstrong. I thought this was probably the strongest out of the trilogy, just because everything is answered. And I'm really excited to actually go back and actually read her Darkness, is it? Or the Darkest Powers, sorry. Darkest Powers trilogy. I have a bind up of that. So I really did like the characters in this one. We saw a little bit more of some supporting characters, so I like that as well. And yeah, I like this one. It ended up nicely. And in time for the movie coming up, I think it's out this week, The Sea of Monsters by Riordan. This is the second book in the, I want to say, Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. I basically flew through these books. It was really interesting. I really love all the great characters. What can I say about this one? It is amazing. It is epic. There is a storyline that just keeps building, and the characters are insane, and there's a lot of characters. So if you like that kind of storyline that, you know, just keeps going and going, check this out. Even though it is a middle grade read. And then this is the third book, The Titan's Curse. I like this one as well. It wasn't as strong as the second one, I believe, but I did really enjoy this one. Percy has to find his friend Grover, so that was his mission in this one. And then my favorite out of the ones I've just been reading, The Battle of the Labyrinth. This one was really intense and climactic. The ending was pretty crazy, so I think this one was the best one. I am reading the last book in the series, so I'm really excited to finish that. And then I read SYLO by DJ MacHale. This is the first book in his YA series. Basically, Tucker is stuck on his little town, and basically the government has taken over, and they are held captive and, well, not in prison, but basically they don't have internet or anything, you know, any communications coming out, so it's a little crazy. I really wanted more answers from this one, but I know DJ is, like, you know, stretching it out from a couple books because he does that really well, especially with the Pendragon series. So that is that one. And then I read Solstice by P.J. Hoover. This is another mythology book, retelling, I want to say, of Persephone and Hades. So I actually was surprised to hear that this was mythology, because I thought it was dystopian. So there's very little dystopian in this one, so if you're looking for that, maybe you can check another book. But I give this one a 4, just because I really do like this story, even though there was instant love in this one. And then I read Ink by Amanda Sun. This cover is gorgeous. I met Amanda because she's so awesome, and she like gave me a hug and everything. She's so cute. Back to the book. I wanted to like this one so badly. I thought it was a little stop and go, and I got a little bored. Did love the Japanese influence in this one. Just being dropped into Japan, and just like you can basically sit there and be like, oh, I know where this goes, and I know what all these things are, and there's even a glossary in the back. So if you are into all that Japanese influence, then check this one out. It is very interesting. We have a character, I already forgot her name, Katie. She moves to Japan, and she meets a boy who, basically when he's around her, paper figures start to come to life. So it was really interesting to read that one and learn about some, the Japanese culture. Loved it. This is Dare You 2 by Katie McGarry. Oh my god. Yeah, did you guys see that this was under the... Am I even doing that right? Yeah, that was under it. So that was really awesome. I met Katie too at the tour. She's amazing, and I want to say this is one of my favorite contemporaries. If you guys love problematic teenagers who fall in love and have, heavy makeout sessions, this one is for you, because, yeah, I really like this one. The characters are both so awesome. I think I gave that one a 4 or a 5. I'm not sure. And then here is the second book, The Eternity Cure by Julie Kagawa. Here we have the redesigned cover. And again, that beautiful like spine and cover. Even the inside is pretty. See? You see that? Sorry, gotta catch my breath. This one, I wanted to like it as much as the first one. I think with first books, everything is dumped on you, and this one is more like a filler. This is definitely a filler book. You see a lot more of... Who's that character that I really... Oh, I forgot his name. But he made me laugh. There's a character in here that makes me laugh. He jokes around a lot, so I can't remember his name. But this one is fairly interesting. It does touch upon a lot of her relationships, so yeah, it's a little slow for this one. This is the Blood of Eden series. And then I read, don't know which one's which, I think this one's the second one, Beautiful Darkness by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. I ended up finishing Beautiful Creatures and I had to keep going. This one, I remember I didn't like this one very much. So yeah, I didn't like it as, yeah, the next book. I think I gave this one a 2. I don't know, I don't remember. This one I really loved, Beautiful Chaos by the same authors. I liked this one a lot just because there was more of a plot, and at the end it was, I don't even remember if it was solved or not because I read so many books, but yeah, this one, I just remember liking this one the best out of all of the books. And then Beautiful Redemption, I want to say, yeah, this one was my second favorite. It did end on a crazy point. Not going to say any spoilers, but it was a pretty good series. But if you are fairly committed to reading a lot, they do write a lot. I just have to say, they write a lot. And then I read Feed by M.T. Anderson. I thought this was going to be a different book. Instead, I got something a little different, but in a way, I was a little surprised just because there was a lot of vocabulary that was made up in this one. So I had to figure out which was which whenever that word came up. But it did keep me interested enough, but I didn't like it as I thought I would. And then I read Belladonna by Fiona Paul. This is the Secrets of the Rose series, and they did the cover change. I'm not liking it as much as the first one, but you know, that is fair to other opinions. I did like that there was a story that kept going, and what's her name again? Cassie has to find her fiance's Luca's innocence. So basically she goes to, where is it again? Did she go to? She goes to Florence, I believe, or yeah, Florence. And she goes on an adventure, I want to say, but she finds like different people along the way, so we have new characters. I really am excited for Starling though. I want to see how this ends. There is none of Falco, so if you're looking for him, he's not in here as much. And he was kind of an ass. I didn't like him as much in this one. So I also read The Silent Wife by A.S.A. Harrison. This one, I thought it was very interesting. I have no idea, but I kind of read this in like 2 sittings, and that takes a lot for me because I probably have ADD, and this book was so compelling that I, you know, flew through it. It was very intriguing. That is all I'm gonna say. Yeah. So if you see that the, you know, the letters has like blood, that is a little clue to what happens in this book. So yeah, it is a thriller, and the characters are really creepy, I want to say. Well, one character is. And then I read Almost Truth by Eileen Cook, and I really love this cover. It's so cute. Like this one, it was a little different. I wanted to say, if you could read YA, if White Collar was in a YA form, this would be it, like one episode. She is, this character Sadie is, she manipulates people basically for money, and she ends up, you know, trying to find people to get money from, and there's this family, she actually finds a photo of a missing girl, and it looks exactly like her, so she goes on this like quest with her family and her friends and all that stuff. So I thought it was a good read. I think I gave this one a 3. Yeah. So yeah, that is all for me this month. I will see you guys all next month. Bye guys. Happy reading.